started from the top.
Thank you for taking the time.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And you're 23 years old. You're a superstar. You're one of the faces of the NBA. What has the last 10 or 11 days been like for you? And how are you doing?
Me personally, I feel
Man, I can only imagine how
mentally,
the
I feel that
last 11 days have been for him. Just all this swirling around, and you know what I'm saying? He got to figure out, all right, who I'm cool with, what I got to, who should I listen to? Are they right? Or is my career really over? Should I really be locked up? All these things are going through his head. I can imagine at 23 years old, all that money, and then everyone is talking about you on every network, talking about how you just made a stupid decision.
Yeah, man. I mean, it seems like the YouTube algorithm can't stop serving me up these Ja Morant videos, man. I mean, everywhere you turn, Ja Morant, Ja Morant. The guy's the talk of the town right now, and for obvious reasons. And I mean, I can only imagine at 23 years old, right? The amount of pressure, and I'm not justifying his behavior in any way, shape, or form, but the guy is 23 years old. I mean, we forget how young these guys are because they look like grown men, but 23. I mean, what were you doing at 23? I mean, you certainly weren't doing the things Ja Morant were doing, but at 23, where was your mind at? Would you say?
I mean, at 23, I was just trying to, like myself at that point.
Pretty much figure it out, right? Just figure it out. So
What am I? What parts of me do I like? Because a lot of parts I'm not really cool with.
yeah,
So obviously you're still coming into your own and, getting that much money at that time. It's almost like whatever maturity level, you had before getting that money, that's where it stops for a while because no one can tell you anything at that point.
right. And then like that's a great point, right? To bring in the money to be 23, right, and then to have all of that money,
Mhm.
and then to be in that environment. I mean, I don't know, man. That's a lot for anybody, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, let's see.
I haven't, been in, many years since I, really got drafted to the league. I'm in a space where I'm, very comfortable. I took those, days to be able to, learn how to pretty much be there for myself and, learn, different ways to, manage stress in a positive way.
So, in particular, if you don't mind getting into
How to be there for yourself. I mean, that's an interesting statement. I learned how to be there for myself. I wonder what he means by that, because if that's the case, that's a little, you know, this comes off as a selfish act already. So to then be there more for yourself, I don't know. I, I don't
Well,
know if that's
see,
the right way to go. I don't know.
see, he wanted to be there for his other self because the self that was allegedly committing these heinous acts is not
Ah,
his true self because he's still
God,
finding himself.
that
So
makes
he
perfect
he
sense.
separated the cells, and then he is like, "Hey, bad cell, go to the basement. Me
Got
and
it.
me and good self got to get these endorsement deals back."
Got it. Got it. Okay, that makes perfect sense. All right. Sorry, my bad, John. Appreciate you, Tristan.
the detail, like what were you doing these last 10 days and what did it teach you about yourself?
Just learning, I can open up.
All right, hold on. What did he just ask him? Because I just want to make sure I heard it correctly. Should I
More about
repeat that?
self. More about self, man.
Because I'm getting lost in the cells right now. Which self are we referencing?
We have the 11-day self and then the 10-day self we're on right now. He's talking about the last 10 days self.
Did he take a self cleanse and purge himself of the old self and is like, anyway, man, this is getting weird, man.
I don't know, man. We're gonna see.
Let's see, man.
I can, express my feelings, and that it's, okay to be able to express your feelings. So, I was constantly, talking to therapists. I've been doing, Reiki treatment. I've been doing anxiety breathing, different stuff to, help me manage that and, release, all that stuff from my body.
How stressful can it be?
All right. All right. All right. Listen.
Uh-huh.
I will say this, right? I will say this. Stress is I think stress is very real, and I think people should pay attention to their mental health. Right now, I hope Ja Morant is not just playing the mental health card as an excuse, right? Like if he really is experiencing all these things he says he's experiencing, and not just kind of acting a damn fool, which to a lot of discerning eyes, it looks like that's what he's doing. But if he really is stressed, and if he really is under pressure, and anxious and all of this, I don't take any of that stuff lightly, right? I think mental health is very important. So if he's genuinely experiencing this, I think it's great that he's seeking treatment. If he's not, and he's using this as a ploy, then I think that's not cool, right? So like I said, if he really was going through some stuff, hey man, go get treatment, go get well, go get better. But if he's not, then that's not cool for all the people who are going through stuff, and then he's just using it to mask his bad behavior. Right.
I mean, you trying to figure out how to express yourself more. I thought you would be very expressive. So again, I'm kind of lost with the expressing yourself more and feeling more comfortable to express yourself, and that is okay. I think that's a very generic type of statement. I guess generic, but in a way, it's like you're going the wrong direction. You're supposed to be less expressive right now during these times and kind of chill out a little bit. But maybe that's the other self, as we were talking about. There are multiple selves. Maybe this is the self that's saying they need to be more expressive.
No.
Maybe it's the chill self that's speaking right now. I think that is the chill self.
That's a good point too.
Yeah, but I think at 23, all of us have mental health issues. Not all, like, honesty, just how we, at that age, especially as guys,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's yeah, man. So I can empathize with being 23 and maybe not making the best decisions, So let's see what else Jalen has to say.
Being Ja Morant.
Very. And I feel like, I didn't pay enough attention to that, when it got rough, and, I pretty much just let it all build up. And that's why I felt like, I needed, my time away to, better myself and, become a more healthy Ja.
I admire you for that, because at different points of my life, to be honest with you, I've had friends and family members suggest I do the same thing. And
yeah, that boy was a wild boy back in the day.
And for you to actually take that step is a very important one. When did you look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do this? Because it was reported a couple of days ago that it happened. But when did you say, I'm going to do this and it's necessary?
After I made a, terrible mistake, being inside a club and,
They think this is funny, boy.
Who think what's funny?
Ja Morant think this shit is funny.
Why do you say that?
I think because, man, he does, to me personally, like, he smiles and he doesn't look like remorseful. It's it's more serious than, you know, like it feels like he's kind of presenting right now, but that's just me.
Right. You would have thought he had a DUI or something, the way they're sitting here talking to each other, right?
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a good point.
I put myself in, a bad position. And also, it's, my daughter. There's times where she even tell me if she's, had a bad day. And I feel like, if she can tell me that, then, I can be able to go and talk to somebody as well.
Ja, when did you
Your
realize?
baby daughter?
I didn't even know he has a daughter.
So if your daughter, who's a child, I guess, can tell someone that she's having a bad day, then you should be able to go and tell someone you have a bad day.
I'm not following that one. I'm not gonna touch that one. That one went over my head.
I mean, okay, maybe let's look at it like this. Maybe if it's as easy for a child to say something about how they feel, maybe, he should be able to do the same thing.
That's fair. That's
all I got.
Nice. I think that's what he said. I think you're spot on. Anybody else who blanked on that one like me?
Right.
I need to get some counseling. Tell me that morning, your thought process, and when you entered.
It was that morning, when I woke up and, seen my, name on all over the media for, bad reason, the wrong.
We were responsible for that, Ja, and you did do wrong, and we did talk about you, and we're not sorry. Okay, do better.
I would have called out for help too as soon as I saw my name all over the news. Oh yeah, can y'all help me get out of this situation? What I need to do? Who I need to call?
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit closer. Then I said it's better call out for help. Turn around. Every now and then I see my name in the media and I call out to my lawyer for help. Turn around.
Oh God.
I'm gonna edit that out. Edit that out, bro.
Nah, bro, you gotta leave that one in there. Nah, man. We taking out the good stuff, man.
Oh man, let's get back to it. Oh shit.
Reasons which I didn't, wanted to see, and I made a call. I said, I need to get away and, find myself again.
He's finding himself again. He must have really lost himself.
Molly will do that to you. I'm definitely editing that out.
Oh shit, boy. Woo! Yeah. Oh, sure. Oh. Dang.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah, I met a girl named Molly too, man. She's
a
hoot.
She's a hoot. Oh boy.
The counseling program, and I've been there for a couple weeks now.
When you get drafted, you go from being a member of the crew, a member of the family, to, in a lot of ways, these are your staff and employees, because you're trying to put everybody on, and you're trying to put everybody in position to be successful because they help you become who you are. So I know it's tough to figure out professionally who can roll with me and who I need to leave behind in order to chase my goals. So for you, what has it been like for you over these last couple of weeks, and how has it been for you to make tough decisions about who you rolling with as it relates to your inner circle?
This definitely has been tough because, I'm big on loyalty, but, I had, like I said, have to, be there for myself. I have to, put myself in good position. So, I have to, find out, who's really for me and who's going to help me, be in good positions at all times. And, that's the decisions I had to make, decisions, I felt good about and very comfortable about that, I'm gonna be in a positive, light now with everything, that I've made, everything that I've learned in my 2 weeks.
It's transformational.
Hey man, it must have been a hyperbolic uh, counseling program that he went to, and
Yeah.
Piccolo was probably there. Krillin.
Like ball-headed Krillin, though. Like vintage,
vintage, clean shine Krillin. Yes.
Yo, shout out to Krillin, man. He was
Man.
like, I remember Dragon Ball days, like when him and Goku was like almost like that was the only time they were ever close.
When they were kids, yeah.
When they were kids, and then Goku just came and just shot past him. But Krillin was always like holding it down for the humans,
Man.
So I remember I would watch Dragon Ball Z, and I would identify with Krillin because I was like, well, I'm not a Super Saiyan, but in some kind of world, I could be like Krillin because he's a human. He's doing it.
Exactly.
I can do it too.
I can do it too. Krillin took a good ass whooping though. Always. and they would come to save him though when that was their boy, man. It's like, oh, we gotta go save Krillin again.
Yeah. Krillin, man, that guy's durable. Man.
We gotta team him up with Piccolo. Hey Piccolo, your turn to watch over Krillin.
They would be babysitting Krillin. Oh shoot, man. One last thing on DBZ. You remember how DBZ used to take like 15 minutes of dialogue before they get to the fight?
Just like get to the fight already.
They used to just be in the air just talking to each other.
Next episode of Dragon Ball. No, you didn't show the fight yet.
Yeah.
They're gonna do a whole episode and cut it right before the fight scene.
Oh man, that was the number one issue with that show. All right, man, you ready?
Ready, man, ready.
It's about going live, but it's also in the news that Adam Silver, that you met with him today, and he suspended you for 8 games for conduct detrimental to the league. What was that meeting like?
It was good. Pretty much, an open discussion. Obviously, he said, things, I need to, be better at, but, more of just, showing his support towards me. And I accepted that. And, I also, sent my apologies, to everybody, the league, myself, my teammates, my family for, putting that negativity towards, all of us with a, bad decision.
What were you thinking and feeling at that moment when you decided to go live? Did you realize that you was going live? Did you think that you was recording? What was your state of mind at that point?
That boy knew he was going live.
Pretty much just trying to be free.
That boy knew he was going live. Oh, I was trying to be free. What?
I used that as an escape, which I shouldn't have.
So you knew you was going live.
That's the reason, I made many, bad decisions, in my past.
Because of live?
Which doesn't, pretty much describe.
That's funny.
Describe Ja as a person. I'm a totally different person, than.
No, that's you.
In the media.
What you was showing on live, that was you, though. You can't say in the media. When you go live, that's you live.
That's you like holding your phone. That's so you. Your arm is attached to the like recording device. That's how you that is.
But wait, he has different selves. So maybe it was a different self holding the arm portion of the phone. And then it was another self that was just there because the arm was there.
Like a
holding a phone.
That's smart.
All right. So he felt free because all of himself was clicking together all at the same time while he was on live. They was having a good time smoking. Excuse me, I don't know if they're smoking.
Hey, man.
I don't know if they were, smoking. I don't know. We're gonna say no. We didn't see that, but I did see some Don Julio, some 1942. So y'all was sharing that thing, man. Y'all gotta be careful. There's germs out there, man. Can't just be passing around Don Julio to everybody.
Oh my God.
Have your own bottle at least, but it was a lot of Don Julio being passed around, bro. And you just looked like you were real free, man. Looked like you were real free, and you knew that you were going live, and that was you, sir. That was.
I'm a way to become a better Ja, so everybody really can see who Ja really is and what he's about.
Absolutely. You are holding
Third
a
person.
gun. And we both know how dangerous that can be. Whose gun were you holding?
The gun wasn't mine. I
Better say
It's
that.
not who I am. I don't condone any type of violence, but I take full responsibility for my actions. Made a bad mistake, and I can see the image that I painted over myself with my recent mistakes. But
See,
in the future,
I'm glad my grandma ain't seen this. Boy, you think this funny, don't you? You think this funny, don't you, young man? You out here smirking. You out here smiling. Yeah, you ain't taking this seriously.
Yo, you sound like somebody's grandma, man. That's wild, man. I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you did.
This boy ain't taking this seriously. He over here smirking, man. I just kind of messed up. That's how I really feel, and some could say that everyone's blowing it out of proportion, and some could say that they're correct in how they feel, and being worried about the young man, because very talented young man, very smart, family oriented, seems like a great guy in the locker room and outside the locker room. But these mistakes like this, can destroy your entire career. So, we just got people looking out, trying to look out for you, man. Make sure you're making the right decisions because we've all been 23 doing, some dumb things. So,
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, that video with the gun was, I think the gun kind of was what threw a lot of people off. Especially in light of like current political climate we're in, recent gun violence incidents, etc. So, and like you said, he was very, carefree looking in the video. So, I would imagine he might have just, been doing it playfully, kind of having fun horsing around. But nonetheless, I mean, I don't know why he went on live, but hey, what's done is done, man.
hey, man.
It was done is done. He's got his plate full. Sounds like, and I'm glad Jalen is asking these questions now, right? As we get into this interview, because it feels like now he's asking the real questions, right? At least to me, I don't know. Other people might see it differently, but it definitely feels like he's getting into the more pointed questions at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting to it, asking direct questions.
Right.
Like they would say, handing them, it's good questions. We're just going to say they're good questions.
Right.
I'm gonna show everybody who Ja really is, what I'm about, and change this narrative that everybody got painted over me.
And you know how this works. So now
You're gonna see Ja Morant next week at the puppy shelter volunteering on Saturdays and Sundays, and then on Wednesdays he's gonna be doing the Walk the Old Lady Across the Street program. I mean, he's gonna be doing a lot of community service. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's about to be doing 500 hours of community service. They're gonna be photographing him. He's gonna be kissing.
3 hours of butt kissing. Oh, my butt needs to be kissed. Yes, I was affected by you showing that little piece on live.
Hey, you come to a luncheon at our nonprofit. He cut to the nursing homes bingo game on Saturday night and apply icy hot to all of our kneecaps and show us how to shoot a basketball. Ja Morant, please.
Hey, Ja, can you take a picture of me of you saying sorry? You're gonna have to go on an apology tour, man.
This is my sorry for 2004, and I ain't gonna mess up no more.
Oh, we brought it
This
back.
is I forget the lyrics, man. All right, that's it.
So, we don't want to get no copyright claims.
Because they gonna think it's him, right?
Now they go back and dig up everything that they feel like has been attached to your name over the last couple of years. And it was important for me to give you the opportunity to address it, because at 23 years of age, you don't want to be talking about missteps your whole life. And so there was the incident allegedly after the Pacers game. And somebody was allegedly pointing a red dot at some of their personnel. Can you shed light on what happened after that game?
Yeah.
He's
what do
smart.
you speak of?
Look at this face, though. Look at his face.
Yeah.
Though.
What did they tell me to say? What did they tell me to say? Hold on one second. Hold on. Can I get a drink of water? Hey, what y'all tell me to say?
He's like, I remember I was studying this one.
I studied this one. This is that one that was killing me last night when I was studying.
Man, what did they tell me to say right
what
here?
What they said? Oh, hold on. Run it back.
Run it back.
Can you run it back again, Jalen? Can you ask me again?
Because at 23 years of age, you don't want to be talking about missteps your whole life. And so there was the incident allegedly after the Pacers game. And somebody was allegedly pointing a red dot at some of their personnel. Can you shed light on what happened after that game?
Majority of the things, that's happened in the past, obviously, I kind of put myself into by even being there. But all the incidents you've seen recently, most of them is a lie. And, I can't speak too much, on those situations because all of them are sealed. And I really can't wait to be able to, finally tell the truth. But what I can say is, like I said before, none of those are my character. And I'm a big family guy. I always care for my family. So it was just me, checking on my family's safety. Once my family, was safe, I left the scene.
Absolutely.
What about the laser? You didn't say no to the laser. Are you saying that there was a alleged laser? Is that what you say?
Oh man, if anybody that doesn't get the reference, go watch Austin Powers. Any of the Austin Powers. That was a pretty good Dr. Evil. By the way, it's a laser. What happened to the laser? Yo, he answered that one like a politician, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did, man. He said nothing about the laser. I take full responsibility for the laser.
What laser?
What laser? You know what? I didn't even say laser. I didn't even acknowledge that you said laser.
Yo. Oh man. Oh, I might have to watch that movie again, man. Dr. Evil was too good. That's funny. It's actually hot magma. See, I have a gun that shoots hot magma. What laser? It doesn't use a laser. What are you talking about, Jalen? What laser?
Yo, bro. This is funny.
It's too funny.
I love your family dynamic. I love seeing you and your father hug and embrace.
And drinking.
Awesome. I love seeing you. One of the shining stars that bring us into his living room. And another incident that allegedly happened at the mall with your mom was a circumstance that people now wanted to start back trying
Speak
to dig
on it.
into the story of what took place. What can you say about what happened
Say
in
it.
that situation?
Pretty much the same thing. Just I got a call. I went to
The same thing as
make
her.
sure my mom was safe. That's my life.
Same thing, Jalen. Just heavy thugging. It's a slow Tuesday. Come
Yes,
on, Jalen,
that ain't my
man.
character. I ain't really a heavy thug, but I be heavy thugging. You know what I'm saying?
I can't tell you in front of the cameras, Jalen. Come on,
It's
man.
sealed, man. It's signed, sealed, deliver.
Lifeline. That's who birthed me. So
We get it.
I wanted to make sure she was safe. Once I realized that, I left the scene again.
What is she dangerous from a what is she in danger from a foot action employee?
Man,
I
mean,
I just can't wait to be able to.
wasn't nobody there to help her?
And I'm a mama's boy. I lost my mom
Right,
a couple
I
of
get
years
it,
ago,
man.
so I understand that when you get that call, you want to.
Mom, ain't security there or something to help you with that? I'm like, Ma, we're gonna go through this over the phone before I take my behind all the way over there to this mall now. All right, Ma, what's going on? Yeah, okay. You call 911? Okay, because they got weapons and stuff. Yeah, I got weapons and stuff too, but I can't use it out. Yeah. I'm gonna come through though, but I can. Is security there? Who with you? They end up with you? Dang. All right, I'm gonna see how I come through with it because he literally said I'm gonna come through, he win, and then he's like, I left the scene again. Why does that? That's those deep. We didn't go over these words. Like, who was the PR person that said I went there because my mama told me to come, and then I left the scene again?
Well, see, what's happening now is the self that was that received the PR coaching. They locked that self in the basement.
Right.
So this is his other self right here.
This other self that said, I got this.
Yeah,
I got this.
This confident Ja right here.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, he's like, listen, man, it's sealed. I can tell you a little something.
I ain't gonna tell you everything. Because the Ja in the basement really know everything, but got it.
That potentially happened with your sister surrounding a volleyball game. Can you shed some light into what took place in that scenario?
Similar situation. That's my baby sister. I received a call and was checking on her safety.
Hold on, man. Something's up, man.
Safety patrol, man. That is what he does on the side. He does safety patrol because they always calling him to come and save the day. So he must be safety patrol. Okay, there ain't nothing wrong with safety patrol.
Something is up, man. Your friendly neighborhood spider Ja.
Another situation where once I found out she was safe, I left the scene.
Wow, man. They told this dude that you leave the scene. Say you get there, then you leave the scene right away. You weren't there too long to be on scene.
Could you imagine they put the bat signal out and he just pull up in the back? He just hop out, kicking and punching.
He leaves the scene.
And he gets in his back up here. Then he peels off.
Ja Mobile.
The Ja Mobile.
The Ja Mobile, man. He leaves the scene.
He just gets out like whooping tail like an old comic strip. Kerplow! Splat! And then you see all of his foes, they just laid out and then he left the scene because he has other crimes to go fight,
Can't be.
So really he moonlights as a superhero, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Really what it is.
Ja showed up. And
Ja showed up? What's Ja?
Needed to, paint whatever, picture they want. And I realize now, that's a problem. And I put myself in, those situations.
And the crazy thing about being a superstar like yourself in this era, like everybody has a phone, which means everybody has a camera, which means everybody has an opinion. And so now these circumstances that allegedly took place with the 17-year-old when you guys were playing basketball or whatever, and I know that case is sealed, so
wow, man, he has so many incidents, man.
Yeah.
not gonna,
Jesus.
say any names or whatever, but I just want to give you a chance to address everything that's been out there.
There's not much I can say, because it's sealed, but
Yeah.
pretty much everything, you see on the social media, that's going on with that is a lie. And
Everything's a
I
lie.
can't wait to, finally, say my side and, actually tell the truth of, what's going on. So
Why can't you
it'll
do it
finally
now?
stop.
Well, whatever the truth is, you don't get any points for beating up 17-year-old. So whatever version of the truth that is,
Yeah. No, you definitely don't get no points.
you don't get points, So
Points on your record. But
And, I realize, I have a lot of kids, who look up to me, even, probably some adults, a lot of fans. And I realize, my past mistakes isn't being, a good role model. So, me now is, changing that, finding ways to, impact in an even better way, put a, bright light on, the younger future coming up to, show them, what not to do and, what to do. So just got to be better in that area, be more responsible, be smarter, and, make better decisions.
What has it been like for you to be away from the game that you love? Like, why you miss being out there? Like, what has it been like for you learning about yourself, growing, as you've talked about growing? What has it been like being away from your teammates and being away from the game that you love?
It's been tough. It's been tough. But, the support of, my teammates, my coaches, the whole Grizzly organization, all of them, being behind me and, reaching out to me, checking on me, kind of helped me. Obviously, I wish I was out there on the floor with them, each and every night we, go to battle. But I had to, be there for myself. So me taking this time away to, learn how to be there for myself and, learn how to be a, better job with, managing my stress. Would not only make me a better job, but make us, better as a team and, as an organization with, how I'm coming in now.
And one of the things that people underestimate is that, yeah, you're successful. Yes, you're a great family man. Yes, you're great at basketball. But we get stressed out too. So can you talk to people who are dealing with stress, who are dealing with anxiety, dealing with pain? What has it been like for you to discover how to manage it and give them some advice on how they can manage it in their own lives?
I feel like you're just starting off by saying talk to somebody. You don't have to be afraid. It doesn't make you soft. It doesn't make you weak to, express your feelings to somebody. And I feel like that's what I had to learn. I always was the type to, keep everything in and bottle it up, not comfortable, talking to somebody about, what's going on in my life. And I feel like as a pro, some people don't realize that it's a lot on our plate. For me being, I'm 23, I'm starting at a young age. Came in young, turned into a provider. I turned into a father, pretty much the breadwinner, of my family. So it's, it's a lot on my plate outside of, day-to-day life. And, I had to learn that. And I learned that, my time away that, it's okay to, express your feelings and, talk to somebody. And I encourage, everybody who's going through, what I'm going through, who's dealing with stress, anxiety, to, go talk to somebody.
What is it?
I will say this, right? I know we, obviously we have fun on our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We are obviously naturally funny individuals. You're welcome. But in all seriousness, I want to highlight. First of all, that was incredibly well said by Ja Morant in that last segment. I think probably that was probably the most sincere answer for me that he gave in the whole interview. Like I really identified with what he was saying. I mean, I didn't start in the league young or anything like that. I'm not a ball player, obviously, but to me, that was like the realest expression of where he's at in this whole interview. Like in my opinion, like you kind of got a glimpse of like all of the pressure that's under him, or that's above him, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, to have that much responsibility at 23, like I said, instant millionaire from, hustling, in college. Who knows? I would hope he wasn't I mean, I don't know how it works now with the NIL deals, but I was, hope he was getting something to take care of himself. But from what I know, college players don't really get paid money at all. So, to go from, potential to actuality of being a millionaire and then having to, be mature enough and well-rounded enough to not only be yourself, but be the best self for, your family as well. And all the other jobs that he has inside of him.
Oh man, yeah. Not to forget, right?
Yeah.
What's it been like for you to see people criticize your inner circle and talk about who you should be hanging with, why you should be hanging with them, and or what have you learned about how you should move with your team going forward?
Well, Pookie and Ray Ray have been my friends since childhood. So,
Yeah.
I just figured, they would know how to act better, but sometimes they can't help it,
How does that work? How do you be like, all right, some of y'all gotta go, man. You made it high. Y'all gotta play 1-on-1 for who stays in a group. Whoever loses, you gotta be out of the group for at least as long as I'm suspended. So about eight games. That's how long you can't be in the group. Everybody else, don't mess up no more. And we good, man. I love y'all. We gonna do this all together. Me, Ja, Lil Ja, Big Ja,
Super Ja.
Super Ja. And we here, man. So, because how do you really tell some of your friends like, yeah, they said I'm not supposed to be hanging out with you no more, so we're not friends.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
Honestly, I feel like we put ourselves in, that situation with, our past mistakes. And now it's only right that, we focus in and lock in on, being smarter and more responsible, holding each other accountable, for everything. I feel like in the past we didn't know what was at stake. And now, finally me having that time to, realize everything, have that time alone. I realize that now. I realize, what I have to lose, and for us as a group, what we have to lose, and it's pretty much just that, being more responsible, more smarter, and staying away from all the bad decisions. When you see somebody about to make a bad decision, stop them.
I can't see him doing any of that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully for his sake, he could put some of it into practice. But yeah, I mean, he's saying the right things.
Hip hop turns 50, you embody it. The things you say, your swag, your flavor, your fashion. And what ends up happening is people judge everything that we do, including our handshakes. So now people going back to look at footage of you on the floor, and they're like, wait a minute, is Ja affiliated? Is he throwing up gang signs? Can you address some of those naysayers who are trying to portray you in that light?
I feel like, once again, my decisions, pretty much led to that. And now,
so what?
With
you being part of a gang or not?
And, what's going on now?
What is it, Ja?
What is it? Tell me. Say.
They try to find, pretty much anything on me, and I put myself in those situations. No, I'm not affiliated with any gang.
Okay.
Like I said before, I don't condone it, any type of violence, and it's just pretty much on me to, from now on, to be a better Ja and stop that narrative.
What is this last year or so, because there were rumblings that the organization was kind of trying to talk to you and steer you in the right direction, and your head coach, and obviously your parents. What has this been like for your parents here recently, seeing you trending for the wrong reasons?
It's been tough, and I feel like although it's been tough on them, it's been, even tougher on me, because I know they raised me the right way. I know they, did everything, I asked of them, and raised me and, my little sister pretty much the right way. And, for me to be in the news for the wrong reasons, I know it hurt them the core, and it hurt me even more, because I feel like, I let them down.
What was it like not knowing what your punishment from the league is going to be? And what can we expect when you get back out on the floor?
Well, that was the tough part, man. Obviously, I didn't know what to expect.
Your ass is about to be grass. That's what it's about to be.
My main focus at the end of the day was still, focusing on me, being there for me. So I felt like, my health was the most important
It's all
thing.
about
Obviously, I know I put myself
me,
in that situation, and I still, take responsibility for that. And I also put, my team, in a tough position, with me not being able to, be out there on the floor for, decisions I made. I regret all that. I can't wait to be back out there on the floor.
That I think it's funny.
What
You better keep a straight face all the way, though.
and I feel like I deserve, that punishment for, my mistakes and what I did. But when I get back out there, I'm gonna be ready to go and ready, push for a ring.
And I know this is going to be tough to receive right now because you're in the storm, right? Because everybody we encounter either got out of a storm,
That boy
in
is
a
Carolina
storm, or about to go
fresh.
through a storm. But I'll tell you this, in a couple of weeks, now that you addressed this and you stood up the way you have in front of this camera, people are going to judge you by how you move forward now. And you get a chance
Good
to
point.
atone for the decisions that you made, the poor decisions that you made, that we all have made. And this ain't gonna be your legacy. I guarantee you it won't be your legacy. So what can we anticipate from you and the Grizzlies as it relates to this Western Conference? You said previously that ain't nobody in the West that you worried about. Now I know you really ready to get back out there and do work. What can we expect from your squad the rest of the season?
A more locked in team. I can say number one. Obviously, starting with me. Being more
Laser
locked in,
focus.
paying attention to detail. You're gonna see a team that's gonna come out and play hard, for a full 48 minutes. And I feel like that's been our identity, this whole time. And just can't wait to be back to, be out there with them and go to battle with them. Like I said before, we know what our ultimate goal is, and that's to win a championship. And we got to do that from once the ball go in the air to the the last buzzer sound.
I'm happy for you.
Nice.
Sky's the limit. And now that I'm getting a chance to look at you eye to eye, I don't see why y'all can't win the West.
Oh, okay.
Let's get it.
Damn, let's get it. All right. That was a good little short and sweet interview.
Yeah.
Man, that was good, man. Happy for the young man, Ja Morant. Like, I know, I ain't telling you nothing, but I'm telling you to slow your roll, know your role, play your role, and that's how you gotta roll.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. This is the Better Ball Association's reaction to the Ja Morant interview exclusive. This is probably the funniest, best take you guys are going to get on this. We had jokes, we had singing, we had ad-libbing. Listen, this is just pure class, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
So make sure you like, subscribe, check us out on all social medias. Mayu, any last words for the people?
Party people, Better Ball Association is now endorsed and partnering with FIBA 3-on-3 basketball. What does that mean? We are now internationally taking players into our tournaments. 3-on-3 is a big thing. It just got added to the Olympics last Olympics was the first year to have 3-on-3 basketball. So it is a new phenomenon, totally different set of rules than your average basketball game. So check us out, of course, at betterballassociation.net to get more information. Our first 3-on-3 tournament will be April 16th. This is our second tournament. So expect more great vibes, great basketball, food, music, everything that you could think of. And we're doing this at the basketball party.